Hey everyone, my name is Davina Smith, also known as Teaching on Purpose, and I'm super excited to actually walk you through how to get those same resources we've seen in part 1 through the Social Studies portal. Again, if you do not have access to a Social Studies portal, this video is not for you. You need to go back to the first video and watch how we did the same steps without a portal. All right? So I'm super excited, so let's jump right in. In order to access the Social Studies Hub, you first need to log into your Rapid Identity and go ahead into your Google Drive. Once in your drive, you're going to go to Shared Drives because that is where the Social Studies Hub is housed. Once there, you should see your Social Studies Hub with the current year that you're teaching. Go ahead and click on that. Once in, you'll see folders. Normally the folder will be titled The Year in Social Studies Hub. Go ahead and click on that. Now, once you're in here, you'll see a lot of different resources. What I use in order to start planning is the Social Studies curriculum for that year. Once in, you'll see a whole bunch of different grades, different subjects. You're going to click on whichever grade that you teach. So since I teach 5th grade, I'm going to go ahead and click on 5th grade just for demonstration purposes. Now, once you're in here, you want to locate the unit that you'll be planning for. So let's say it's the beginning of the year. I'm going to go ahead and plan for Unit 1. Now, once I'm in Unit 1 curriculum resources, I have a plethora of things that I can pull from. The first thing that I always pull and print off is my teacher notes. Now, as you can see, we have the Georgia Standards and we have the teacher notes. The beauty of just printing the teacher notes is because it includes the actual standards in the teacher notes. One of the special things about the teacher notes, however, is that not only does it give you the standard, but it gives you what the students need to know. That is great because it literally can outline your actual learning segment. So here you have vocabulary, different resources, and they normally provide you a primary or secondary source as well to review with your students. Now, for instance, as you can see, there's a certain element of surprise, if you will, down here. There's actually other standards that are included in this major standard. Don't worry, it won't be confusing because in the teacher notes, it shows you how to piece those things together and how other standards correlate with each other. So that's the beauty of using your teacher notes. Also, as you can see, we have different documents that they include, as well as different resources, so like pictures that you can use in your lesson. Also, they give you different graphic organizers in order to help students organize their thoughts. So this is a very, very good resource. Again, I always print this out and make sure this is the beginning of my planning folder or planning binder. Next, I look at the year at a glance. This will literally tell you how you can pace your lessons. So this will tell you when Unit 1 starts and ends. It'll tell you when Unit 2 begins, when the holidays are. So this is very important for pacing reasons, as well as so you can go ahead and plan when your assessments will be. Now we have Unit 1 previews. These are all resources that you can play along with to see how they work for you. But one of the last but not least major keys that I use to plan is the unit blueprint. This is the bread and butter. This is the backbone of my planning as far as teaching social studies with fidelity. Here you have the compelling question. So that means at the end of the unit, your students should be able to answer this question. So it's always important for us to plan with the end in mind. On the blueprint, it even tells you your pacing. It tells you that you have 6 weeks to teach this whole unit. It gives you the standards. It gives you a little bit of the teacher notes, but seeing that you should have already had that printed out, you really don't need this section. Also, look here. It shows you about the DBQs. This is so important because this lets you know what kind of DBQ questions or which DBQs you can choose in order to plan that into your lesson instead of doing that in isolation. So that's great. It tells you examples of summative assessments, as well as, ta-da, it breaks down each section down for you. So you have the unit preview day, and then it has the standards that you should cover. Also, it gives you the learning targets. So everything literally in the blueprint will help you plan your whole unit. As we scroll down, you'll have the formative performance tasks from beginning to distinguish. So of course, we're going to always aim for distinguish in order to expose our students to those higher level thinking questions. So this blueprint literally is the blueprint of planning. It literally can tell you everything you need to know in a snapshot. It's only up to you in order to take this to the next level with activities and things of that nature. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, it's so many resources in the Social Studies Hub. Just take out time and go through them and see what you need and what you don't need. Again, these are just what I use, but you can always use more or less depending on your teaching style. Remember, my style is not the blueprint, but it is a good start. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got a lot of information. And remember, always teach on a purpose.